What's going on, guys? My name is CJ Wolf, and this is a little Plants vs. Zombies 2. you know, so the actual title of the game is Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, but that's a little long, so I'm not going to say the whole thing. Now, I've been away for a few weeks, been busy. I'm going to move soon. I changed jobs, so I've been pretty busy, so that's why I haven't been uploading. But anyway, so this is the second game that I've uploaded to my channel, and I mean, it's like a guilty pleasure, I guess you could say. I have a lot of fun with this game, but it's not the most competitive, I guess you could say. I mean, well, based off the looks, but in actuality, it is pretty competitive, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. So this is Uploader, who I admire or look up to, or he inspired me to upload, or whatever you want to call it, blah blah blah. Anyways, his name is Marty's Brigade, and he uploaded a lot of videos regarding Killzone Shadowfall. And during those times, when he was uploading, I was playing Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 1, the first one. And as I listened to his videos and I would hear him talk about like tactics, knowing your role in the team, many things like that, like I would sit there and I would think to myself, oh, like this is applicable to pretty much almost all team-based games, you know what I mean? Probably like Dota, League of Legends, anything that's pretty much team-based, like what he was talking about was applicable, but especially this game. Because see, the thing about it is, I'm playing this mode called Turf Takeover, right? And basically, the objective is to capture the little point in the middle that says capture. One team captures, one team defends, right? And you can build these teleporters, and those teleporters pretty much cover like a great deal of distance so that you don't have to run from the beginning all the way to the capture point, right? So the teleporters are handy, to say the least, right? The problem is a lot of times people don't understand their roles. They don't understand what it is they should be doing. You get me? A lot of people play selfishly. A lot of people, they just want to get high kill streaks or high kills. A lot of people just want to maybe work on quests or whatever, and I mean, it's understandable because like I like working on quests also to get the little stars or whatever, so you could open up the chest, And I mean, on one hand, this game isn't that competitive, you get me? But at the same time, I don't think anyone wants to lose. And the worst part is a lot of these kids, like, they'll have their little mics, right? And they'll be like, oh, my team sucks, why are we losing? And they'll be raging, like, oh, blah, blah. They'll just be mad, right? And I'm sitting there and thinking to myself, like, dude, instead of focusing on kills or instead of focusing on your win streak, why don't you play as a team? Why don't you do something that's going to benefit the team? Like me, when I play, I'll always start off as either the engineer or the rose, right? 90% of the time. And the reason is because depending on if you're attacking, you need to build that teleporter, right? You need to build it. It helps. Like, unless you can just dominate the other team building the teleporter, it's going to help you have more boots on the ground, get you there to the objective faster, and it will also allow your team to attack from two different directions more easily, right? So 90% of the time, I'll start off as the engineer or the rose. Afterwards, once I've built the teleporter, I'll switch usually, Depends on what I feel like playing. So I'll switch, but not until that teleporter is built, 90% of the time, that's what I'm doing. There'll be times where the other team is smart and they know how important the teleporter is, and they'll actively engage the area where the teleporter is at to keep us from building it, right? But most of the time, I'll build it, right? So afterwards, I'll switch off, play whatever I want to play. I basically play what I think the team needs to win, what we're lacking, you know what I mean? So for example, there's a medic class, there's the sunflower and the scientist for the zombies, and basically they can heal and revive much faster they can heal, and they're the only ones who can heal, and they can revive fallen team members a lot faster than all the other classes. Like all the other classes, I swear it takes like 5 seconds. For the medics, it takes like 1. And I'm just gonna generalize and call them medics, right? So I basically play most of the time what I think the team needs, And I mean, there'll be times where I play selfishly and I just want to like level up my characters or work on a quest or whatever. But generally, I'm all about playing for the team, and it just depends on the situation, you know. But if you watch this video, I switch very often. Like I'm switching based off the needs of the team, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's funny because at the end of every round, there's a top performers like board or whatever you want to call it, and basically like it's according to the game, it's the people who perform the best. But I swear, there's so many times where I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything, but our team wins because of me, right? They win because of my efforts, whether it's building a teleporter, whether it's reviving teammates, healing teammates, providing suppressive fires, whatever, you know. The point is, there's been many times where at least a large majority of the victory can be equated, like, not equated, sorry, can be like equated to me, but I'm not on there, right? Like, for example, in this game, I think at the end, I'm not on the board, but I get the most points, right? And I get the most points because I build teleporters, you know, I get decent amount of kills, I'm summoning the little zombies from the dirt or whatever, and I'm just overall generally always doing something to help the team, you know? And the problem is that there's so many times where, let's say we're defending, right? And whatever team I'm on, they'll just sit behind the capture point and just be shooting. And my thing is like, dude, you need people inside the capture point, because if you look at the little bar at the top, it'll tell you how many plants and how many zombies, right? So depending, if you're defending, right, let's say you're defending as zombies, or in this case, you're defending as plants. You need more zombies in there than plants in order for us to capture it. So if there's 2 plants, we need 3 zombies, etc, etc. So there'll be so many times where people are just shooting outside the capture point while my team is defending, and then someone just runs in there and captures it, you know. And it takes a while, but every little inch counts, and that's why I don't understand why people aren't playing their roles. Or there'll be times where no one builds the damn teleporter, or we have 0 scientists, like we don't have a single damn scientist who are picking up bodies so we could attack this objective, you know. And it's frustrating because everyone just wants to get freaking kills, and no one has, well, I'm not gonna say no one, but most people in this game, or a lot of people, don't have any initiative. And that's the same thing that Marty's Brigade was talking about. He was talking about how you need to show initiative, stop playing selfishly, and stop just going after kills. Because I swear, like, some of these dudes, I mean, for example, in this game, I'd say the plants are doing a good job, right? They're doing a pretty good job. They're defending their base, or whatever you want to call it. This guy up here, the Chomper, the Ice Chomper, he was doing a really good job because he was just kind of hiding out where most people couldn't see him. And I was trying to get him, but it wasn't really working out. So the plants are doing a good job, right? And I mean, actually, this was a good game because I was playing pretty good. My team was playing pretty well. But there's been times, and I will show examples, I guess, if I continue to do this, where people are just like going after kills, and it's frustrating because we lose games because people play selfishly. We lose games because a lot of these kids or whatever, they don't know what to do. Either they don't know or they don't care, you know. And I just hope that if any of you guys are watching this, I'm not trying to insult anyone, it's just, you know, if you want to just go after kills, play Team Vanquish. You know, I think that's what that mode is there for. But in Turf War, sounds kind of silly, but in Turf War, you gotta play smarter and play as a team. So right now, I'm about to go to this vantage point right here, and basically I'm like the sniper soldier, whatever you want to call it. It's called like the camo soldier. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be laying down suppressive fires, trying to get a couple kills from the top. And you know, you might ask yourself like, oh, you know, how are you helping the team? Well, the way I'm helping the team is I'm trying to clear out the capture zone by getting a lot of kills. Well, not a lot of kills, but I'm just trying to clear out the capture zone, take out those sunflowers, take out like maybe anyone who's going to be reviving any teammates, and just pretty much trying to go after the people who are like about to die. Just trying to pick my spots, right? And then as soon as I saw that there was no one in the middle, I should say, I immediately get down and I start capturing it, because if you're gonna leave it alone or I clear it or whatever, I'm gonna go after it, right? And you know, I end up dying, but we get a pretty decent chunk there. And look, you know, time's winding down, And at this point, I was like, ah, shit, because I couldn't find a teleporter. I mean, I had built it, but I couldn't find it, right? So time's running out, and I'm just kind of like, ah, shit. Like, I think we end up losing, and I mean, it was a good game, you know, it was definitely a good game. But I'm just trying to like showcase what exactly I mean by, you know, take initiative, pick your spots, play a role. Because that's what I did. I was shooting down those damn zombies. I'm sorry. I was shooting down the plants, and then as soon as I saw that it was open, I was going after the objective. And we lost, but that was a good game because, you know, the plants were playing good, and maybe they just were better shooters. And this is the board that I made. See, I'm not even on here. It has like most kills, first strike, most vanquishes, most revives, most assists, stuff like that. But I still got the most points. Well, guys, I'll see you later.